to highlight the lack of service here. They didn't give any spoon, so I'm supposed to eat it with a fork, which is quite strange. As you can see, it doesn't work with a fork. I really need a spoon, but there's nobody around here at all. Kind of been left to myself.
به سلام همه، چطور هستین دوستانا؟ انشالله خوبین. I hope everybody's well. Good to see you all. ما از طرف شرکت و کار دوباره داریم میریم شهرهای نو. Today I'm in Singapore and very hot city, very beautiful city, very new city, and there's one Koobideh restaurant in town that I've heard a lot about. In fact, if you've lived in Asia, if you lived in Singapore, but for sure if you lived in Asia, you've probably been to it, you've probably heard about it. So let's go check out Shabestan Iranian Persian restaurant and see how the Koobideh is like. Let's look in Singapore for Iranian restaurants. ببینیم تو سینگاپور رستوران ایرانی چی داره. خیلی نداره actually. زیاد رستوران ایرانی نیستش اینجا. معروف ترین, the most famous one is Shabestan, and that's the one that I'm going to be probably visiting. But there are a few other options as well. There's one on the east side, I think it's near the airport, called Persian Tandoor, but there's not really much reviews there, and it looks like more of a stall rather than a restaurant. And then there's a few others that are coming up in the results that are not really Persian or Iranian, but Middle Eastern, but they seem to make their way into the results. Royal Palm Meat and Dine, from what I've seen, is also Iranian, and that's got quite a lot of reviews. In fact, more reviews than Shabestan, so that's one for us to visit as well. There is one other potentially Iranian restaurant here called Olive Mediterranean. One of the reviewers said it's a Persian food by an Iranian chef, so it would be one for us to go visit. But yeah, I'm going to go for Shabestan, which is the one at the top and the one that I've heard a lot about before. It's got 1,100 reviews, 4.5 stars, so it's pretty good. It's got $3 so it seems to be more on the expensive side. From the pictures it looks quite posh, chic, as access خود chic restaurantش, and you can see there in the plates that they are very presentable in the way they do food. And there's the Koobideh. Let's have a look at the reviews and see what people are saying. So we're going to go to the newest. Stephen Wong, sounds like a local. A nice Persian restaurant, 5 stars, serves good grill, meat and hummus. The staff are also attentive to explain the dishes, and Stephen has left some great photos there for us. Anthony, 3 days ago, lamb chop and beef too dry and burnt, not worth the price. So complaining about the quality and the price, but the service and environment, the atmosphere is good, and there's some pictures there. Grace sounds like another Singaporean. Shabestan is truly one of the finest restaurants. We were attended to by Ronnie, provided excellent care and attention. Ronnie is the perfect host, 5 stars, passionate recommendation from the menu. Staff are wonderful, authentic Persian flavors by LS. A lot of positive reviews, not really much in terms of complaints. Usually don't bother to write reviews, this is an exception. Alright, so that's very impressed. Good, a lot of compliments about the menu, particularly the wine list. 3 stars by Abhishek. This is a month ago. Wine menu was limited. Okay, that's different from whatever people have said. Kebab platter was good, but also expensive. Dessert, especially the baklava, was unsatisfactory. Okay, so I am getting the impression that it's not on the cheap side. It seems to be maybe on the more expensive, pricier side. In return, the service, I don't think I've seen any complaints about the service. Seems to be great service, particularly some of the waiters there are getting particular mentions consistently. Food quality generally seems to be quite positive. So I'm going to go find out for myself. بریم با هم دیگه ببینیم اینجا چه خبره. They've had a lot of reviews from a lot of people. It seems to be quite a diverse number of people leaving reviews, and they're going to be visited by a Iranian. And let's see, بریم با هم دیگه ببینیم چه خبره.
you want to walk down this road here towards the Singapore River, just where you can see that cyclist going past. And basically we're going to walk down the river for a few minutes to get there. To the right at this point, which is west. Alternatively, if you're coming in from the city side, from the downtown area side, you'd be coming down from this side. So you're coming in from the east, and then just down this canal road here. Here we are. It's the stone's throw away from that red, orange, looks like a Chinese style bridge, but we've got here. So firstly, with regards to the location, it's not too far away from the center where I am here, by the Merlion. It is about 15-20 minute walk along the canal. By the subway, it's a couple of subway stops away from this particular area. So location wise, it's okay. I mean, it's not convenient, but it's not a trek or mission either. It's along the canal, the nice river or canal view, so that was pretty nice as well. So I think half a star is okay for the location. Just to highlight the lack of service here, these two have been standing here waiting to be seated, I think for nearly 5 minutes. There doesn't seem to be anybody here. They didn't give any spoon, so I'm supposed to eat it with a fork, which is quite strange. As you can see, it doesn't work with a fork. I really need a spoon, but there's nobody around here at all. Kind of been left to myself. With regards to the service, no problems until I actually sat down. So when I sat down, the waiter, the gentleman, who I don't think was Iranian, I think he was South Asian, you know, I asked for my Koobideh. He tried the trick at the beginning with regards to water. Do you want still or sparkling? And of course you got to pay. But I asked for the dough. And then throughout the rest of the meal, constantly trying to get me to buy more. You know, do you want some appetizers? What appetizer do you want? Do you want to get another dough? You know, so it was just on, and it was quite aggressive with the upselling. I thought it ruined it a bit. The other thing I noticed as well when I was eating, that the service was, I mean, apart from trying to get me to order more, there wasn't much more in terms of service. In fact, there was a point where there was a couple of people waiting to be seated for about 5 minutes and nobody seemed to acknowledge them. At the end, when I wanted to pay, I had my hand up, I think for about 2-3 minutes. There was 4 people around me, four waiters around me, but none of them seemed to notice my hand up for like 2-3 minutes. I was quite annoyed about that. And then at the end, and then they charged the service charges as well, 10% at the end. So service-wise, very, very poor. There's no Iranian in the restaurant at all. Nobody spoke Farsi. You know, for the price, which I'm going to get onto later, for that sort of level of service, I thought was quite bad. So 0 stars for the service, unfortunately. In terms of the pricing, came up to about 70 Singapore dollars. In British pounds, you're looking at about 30-40 pounds. So it's for just one person, me and my Koobideh and my 2 dogs, 30-40 pounds. Must be one of the most expensive meals I've ever had. And you know, I mean, I would understand it if it was in prime location like where I am now, but it wasn't. It's a few stops away from here. It's on a nice sort of river/canal sort of setting, but it's not particularly like in the central part of Singapore. the price was way too high for the service and the location as well. So 0 stars for the price. Don't come here if you're on a budget. You'll be leaving with your wallet a lot lighter than you might expect eating at Shabestan. Here we are. Koobideh, half rice and half salad. So they're really saving on the rice, as you can see. Yeah, you can see, right? Quite oily underneath. Here. Koobideh looks nicely done. Not too, not overdone, not underdone. It's got a nice soft brown in the middle. Smells good. So I'll give it a try now and see how it goes. Most importantly is the quality, and on this particular point the Koobideh did pretty well. I like my meat juicy, I like my Koobideh juicy. I like the Koobideh to be not too burnt, obviously, not too undercooked as well, and it was very good. Had a lot of flavor in the mouth, which was nice. It wasn't bland. The rice as well was not bad, was pretty good, soft, you know, cushiony, not too sort of dry or crisp. And the salad was pretty good as well. I thought the salad was decent with the sauce, the salad sauce. I like salad a lot, so when there's salad I always tend to give a higher score for the quality. So I think you know, it wasn't at the standard of say Behesht or Iran Zamin or Persian Palace even, but it wasn't bad. It was better than average actually. If you compare it to Behesht or Persian Palace, I still think those two restaurants were incredible. This one was not bad. It wasn't at that level, but it was definitely not an average either. 1 star. Here we are. Koobideh, half rice and half salad. So they're really saving on the rice, as you can see. Yeah, you can see, right? Quite oily underneath. Here. So 1 Koobideh down, but there's no rice left. Hardly any salad. Having to finish this one without anything. So for the portion, really disappointing. The plate was not particularly big. Half the plate was rice, very small portion of rice. Half the plate was salad, which you know, doesn't make sense. You're paying such premium, 30–40 pounds for this dish, and you know, half of the plate is just salad, which is, you know, not that expensive to buy. The Koobideh itself was also quite disappointing in terms of the size. You can see it's quite skinny. It's not short, but very skinny Koobideh. Again, it just goes back to the price. You're paying so much money, and you know, you're getting just a little bit of rice, sort of skinny Koobideh, and a lot of salad. It just doesn't make sense. And there was no starters complimentary at the beginning, or no complimentary tea or anything at the end. So that's, you know, the portion size for the amount of you're paying for, really disappointing. So 0 stars. In summary, disappointing, very disappointing. It's got a lot of, it's very well known in the region amongst Iranians, around Asia, but in the end it fell really short compared to some of the others I've been to. So that's my opinion. Maybe you've had a bit better experience, maybe you had a different experience to me. Please share with everybody, let everyone know. You know, I hope they don't take this personally. If they can take the points I've made and improve on it, then better for everybody, you know, for them and for us as the customers. You know, I'm just very passionate about my Koobideh and my Iranian food, and you know, I hope this review helps them as well. So thank you for joining me. Inshallah همدیگر رو زودی میبینیم. I hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. خداحافظ تا دوباره دیگه همدیگر رو ببینیم. خداحافظ شما.